welcome back. My name is Sarah, and I live in a small cabin in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York. Life has been below zero as of late. I've been doing a lot of reflection the past few days about my experience here and how I was blessed by Mother Nature last winter with a very mild winter. I think that it allowed me to get my feet underneath myself in order to face the upcoming weather ahead. This season has been a lot harder on folks than it has in many years. I haven't seen a winter like this since I was a kid. And it certainly has been a challenge. And that's not to say that I am not enjoying it. I love wintertime. I love the snow. I love being cozy. I love being bundled up. I love skiing. There's so many different adventures to have in a season that most folks don't want to give the time of day. I used to wish away winter when I lived on the boat, which kind of makes sense, for sailing. But moving to the mountains has given me the gift of time, of not wishing my life away. Last night, the wind chill was negative 35 degrees, and the high temperature, or in the low temperature last night in town, was supposed to be like negative 10, and I saw it get down to negative 18. When I woke up this morning, it was negative 16. Poor little Harper, her feet froze to the ground. She just refuses to wear boots. I think we're gonna have to try and force her into boots, but she is a little bit of an old lady, so Harper does what Harper wants. Today I just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing in life below zero. I'm trying to stay inside and cozy and warm, get some things done in the house that need to be. We're gonna bake some cookies. I'm gonna make a nice meal and generally just try and relax and embrace this time of slowness.
Because he was always around here sitting around his sister.
One thing that you may not know about me is that I am the baker of the family. And when I say baker, I make cookies. Zach makes the bread, but I am the cookie lady. Typically, I'm usually making just like your run-of-the-mill, I don't even want to call them run-of-the-mill, but I make a delicious chocolate chip cookie. But last week, Zach had just mentioned to me that he was thinking that he wanted like a dark, fudgy, double chocolate cookie. So that's what we're gonna be making today. Chocolate chip. We're gonna be making a chocolate on chocolate cookie. It'll be Zach's little Valentine's Day present that I'm making for him. So let's get started. We're gonna be using 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 a cup of, it usually calls for light brown sugar, but I only have dark brown, so we're gonna be doing dark brown sugar, 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, 12 ounces of dark chocolate chips, 2 eggs, 2 sticks of butter. These are also salted butter sticks, and typically in baking you use unsalted butter, but I don't have any with me, so I just did a little bit less salt than what I normally would put in. We have some baking soda, vanilla extract, and then we're going to be doing 3/4 a cup of regular white granulated sugar. This KitchenAid was a housewarming gift given to us by my mom, and it has been wonderful to have for making cookies and the bread baking that Zach does. First up, I'm going to sift all of my dry ingredients together. 2 cups of flour is about 240 grams. This dough is looking extra decadent, and before I get this onto baking sheets to chill, I'm just gonna get my work area cleaned up. But first, I'm going to just try a little bit of the dough. Look, I know there's raw eggs in this. We all make decisions for ourselves. You do not have to try your cookie dough that has raw eggs in it. I frankly don't care. I'm gonna eat a little bit. Wow. Decadent is the right word. Such a bizarre feeling to have it be so cold outside and yet the sun is blasting in here. This lighting is perfect in here today. So when I prep cookie dough, I don't do it to make cookies all at once. I do it to have them in the freezer, and then I just pull 1 or 2 out whenever I am craving one or when Zach's here. So what I do is I just do a big baking sheet. I'll line this with some parchment paper, and then I'm actually going to be using a small scooper, like an ice cream scooper, but it's specifically for baking. So that way I get all uniform sized cookies, and I found that it is the best way to ensure that you have fresh cookies all the time. I think I'll probably end up getting 2 dozen out of this. Okay, I said that I was going to use parchment paper, but because I'm not actually baking on it, I'm going to use wax paper that I have, because I accidentally bought this a couple of months ago thinking it was parchment paper. I guess I just didn't read the box. So in order to be able to just use this, since I have it, I'm going to put it on the baking sheet because we're just going to be using it to chill the dough. When I scoop the dough, I like to dig it in, and then I bring it up the side because that gives me a nice flat uniform bottom instead of it being rounded on top. Doesn't matter how close I'm placing them together because once again, I'm not cooking it on this. This is for chilling the dough only. Cue the dough scooping montage. Okay, clearly I'm out of baking practice because I have 3 dozen already and there's still dough left in the bowl. So I don't think I'm gonna get 4 dozen out of this, but for right now I'm gonna say probably 3.5 dozen is what we're looking at. Here is the cookie dough ready to go into chill. Now, if you're a regular baker, then you know that you should chill your cookie dough for at least 30 minutes before you bake it. But I actually just go ahead and pop it right in the freezer. It's about 12 o'clock, so definitely plenty of time for it to chill. before I do a test cookie tonight. But otherwise, I'll leave these in the freezer overnight, and then I'll bag them up in the morning in a freezer safe Ziploc bag. So in they go. I will show you guys how my test cookie came out tonight. My treat for baking is always I scrape the last of the dough from the inside of the bowl into its own large cookie size, and unfortunately, well, not really unfortunately, but I scooped all of the chips into the uniform ones that are in the freezer, and I had some regular semi-sweet mini chocolate chips in the cabinet, so I just scraped all that extra dough out of the bowl, rolled it into a ball, and then rolled it in the semi-sweet chips. So hopefully it doesn't come out, well, actually I hope it does come out a chocolatey mess, because it's going to be delicious. Every day, despite the weather, I try to go outside for at least 20 minutes. It is so good for my mind and for my body to get out there, even if the weather's not great. So let's get geared up so that we can go walk around, probably move a little bit of wood, and show you guys the frozen tundra that is outside. Typically, I just wear what I have on for the day and then layer on top of it. So we're gonna start off with a wool sweater over my long sleeve t-shirt. I have on some wool socks already, so keep those on. They are a bit on the shorter side, but I'm just gonna tuck my jeans into the tops. Insulated Carhartt coveralls. Usually I put on a wool scarf, but because this sweater has a nice long neck, I'm just gonna zip it up and use it as my chest warmer. This chore jacket was here when I bought this house. It was the previous owner's. His name was Michael. And this house came fully furnished, and also they just left like all of their things here as well. And it has served me well since I bought this house. It is the jacket that I grab when I'm going outside to work. Got my beanie on. Let's go grab some gloves and my boots. I don't know if Harper's gonna join me outside. She probably will try to, and then I'm gonna have to stop what I'm doing to let her back in because it's way too cold for her to be out there. These are the gloves that I wear when I go to grab wood. My hands don't have great circulation in them, so I know that if I wear these outside and just these, I'm gonna lose feeling in my fingers probably within the first 10 minutes of being out there. Like I said, I'm gonna really try and stay out there for as long as I can, but we're only up to, I think we're at -2 or 0 right now, so I'm not gonna push it, but let's see what we can get up to out there. Got this on, full fit check. Feel a little bit like the Michelin Man, but hey, at least I'll be warm. Wow. My heart rate is already through the roof. This is gonna be fun. There is a very large chunk of ice up against the house that I just can't see how it would have gotten there. So I I haven't noticed any water inside, so I need to go inside and make sure that I don't have a cracked pipe somewhere. I'm really hoping that it's just the roof melt, because there's a seam where the addition meets the house there, and so I'm wondering if it's just from that, but let's go inside and take a look. Crisis averted. There are no bust pipes. It is just a matter of where the seam is with the addition onto the original house, and Zach said same thing's happening on the other side. So once everything thaws out in the springtime, we'll take a look at it. I don't think we need to do anything with it, but the most important news is that I don't have any crack pipes. You can see it's running down this seam too, and there's no water on this side of the house. So today should be the last day of these extreme cold temperatures, or at least for the next week. Tomorrow will be a touch warmer, and then by the end of the week we should be up near 25 degrees as the high. So I'll probably be out here like it's springtime then. There's something that is so calming about this frozen environment. Even though the sun is beating down, everything remains crystallized in ice. It forces me to relax, take care of only what is necessary. I had a feeling of being caught unprepared, but the reality is that I prepared as best as I could with the knowledge that I had, and sometimes you just need to adjust as the season comes. Wherever you're watching this video from, I hope that it is warm, or not if you're like me and you can appreciate the cold. But I hope that regardless of what your weather is doing, that you're taking some time to slow down and enjoy the rest of the winter. I'm actually fairly warm standing here in the sunlight, and I think I'm gonna sit and enjoy it until the wind picks back up again. I'll see you guys back inside. the time has come to enjoy my prize for baking today. It looks like a hockey puck. This is going to be huge. Anyway, so a reminder, this is not what the rest of the cookies look like. This is simply the leftover dough in the bowl that I scraped out and then rolled in mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. The way I like to bake my cookies is I preheat the oven to about 320 or 325. A little finishing salt on top. I will be letting this cool down before I enjoy it. I don't know, you think I can finish the whole thing? Probably. Good morning, and welcome back to negative 16 degrees outside still. I thought for sure that it was finally going to warm up overnight, but it did not, and I was up at 5 a.m. because I could feel the chill in the house. It was about 58 degrees when I woke up, and Harper was not happy. So, got the wood stove cranking again, got the house warmed back up. I think we're now sitting at -6 outside, so looking forward to the sun doing what it needs to do today to bring us back up above 0. In the meantime, though, it's time to pack up the cookies that I made yesterday, and I apologize for not showing you me eating the cookie that I made last night. I honestly just forgot, and I wanted to enjoy it, and it was delicious. So let's get these cookies packed into a bag, and then I gotta hit the office for some work today. Now I'm just gonna put these back in the freezer, and then I'll have them when I want them or need them. They'll probably be gone within the next 2 months. Harper is taking her rightful place in front of the wood stove to keep warm. I gotta get to work here in a minute. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in life below 0 for the last weekend. Frankly, it's been below 0 for the last few weeks. We are looking forward to the temperatures coming back up above 15 degrees, and by the time it hits 30, I'm going to be thinking springtime. Zach is headed back up to the house this week as we prep for our ski-cation later this week, so you'll be able to catch that video sometime soon. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you can come back next week to see what we're up to, and I'll catch you on the next one.